Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the absolutely perfectly on time, definitely when I wanted this to come out, second episode of Marvel's Midnight Suns here. I have updated as much of my computer stuff as can be updated. I will say though that 2K released a message saying they're aware that people are having technical problems and frame rate issues and stuff and they're looking into it, so it may very well be on the game's end. Also, when I closed the game last time, there were like 15 processes associated with the 2K launcher that were kind of squatting on a pretty large amount of memory real estate. That might be related to. You don't need a separate launcher. When I press play on the game in Steam, it should probably just launch the game instead of launching a separate program from which I can launch the game. Anyway, listen, I don't need to tell you. I'm sure most people are on the same side on this issue. So let's continue. I have to say, I really don't like the Hunter's extremely fucking generic outfit. I'm very hopeful that we will be allowed to change our clothes soon. I feel like that's a modern AAA game thing, right? They're going to give us a ton of cosmetics.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Don't worry, you'll get there, with a little help.
And also some rocket boosters. Can I please have some technology? Get where exactly?
And where exactly am I going?
Oh, that's the real question, isn't it? Sky's the limit for you, my friend. Unless you'd be up for wearing a space helmet. You do breathe air, don't you? You know what? It doesn't matter. I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Caretaker over there telling you to get some rest. That sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose I could keep you company on the way, seeing as our rooms are in the same direction and all. Besides...
Oh, I see.
No one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone.
Tony Stark is trying to get laid as though I am
So,
into men.
Here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. I was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
Tony, we don't know each other like that. You don't get to talk about my quill.
But I do not have a quill.
Even better.
Relax, Tony. I simply jest. It is an ink derived of the spider lily flower. Red spider lily flowers.
Of course it was. Obviously.
With just a touch of amphibian blood. For power.
Haha! Another zinger. And we'll just leave it at that. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
It's interesting, this characterization of Tony as I feel like I don't usually see him presented as scared of just kind of supernatural things in general. I like it though. It's an interesting angle on him. I will say that was a very broad definition of the word joke or jest, I suppose. It's it's not a joke to just say I don't have a quill when you do have a quill. A joke has to be more than something that is not true.
Hi, I'm Tony Stark, but if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding.
Did he give us social media?
A secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
I mean, this is a profoundly dumb idea, but it's well in line with the kinds of profoundly dumb ideas that billionaires routinely have and push on the rest of us. see, all of recent history. So I actually really like that as a bit of characterization. Okay, cool. So we have superhero Twitter. What an idea. Okay. Ilyana Rasputin is mad about the way we treated Wanda. And then there's a comment, there's a fight in her mentions about it. Okay. That's very fun. I like that a bunch. So we have some friends here. Okay, there's a friendship level. It's being measured out of 15, at which point we get a level up. Can I dig into this at all? Can I see how this works? There's no tooltips on anything. One of my least favorite parts of the controllerization of video games, where you are like increasingly expected to play everything with a controller for some reason, is tooltips have really gone by the wayside in a lot of games. And you could just explain to me how this stuff, like, what happens when I level up friendship? Is it valuable? How do I do it? Aside from loading screen tips telling me to buy presents in the store like this is a dating sim. So we don't have access to customization yet. Okay, this helps a little bit. I wonder how we upgrade abilities. Okay, there's a little bit of strategy available for each hero. This seems a little unnecessary, but because so far we've not seen a lot of complication. Maybe that'll be different as we unlock more cards for them. I'm assuming these won't be all the abilities we'll ever have. Also, I don't know exactly how many different heroes we're going to get. If it's a whole bunch, then having a quick, like, at a glance, how does this person work, seems very sensible to me. All right, I am good on social media for the moment, I think. Okay, we have so much inventory. Yeah, during a hangout, give gifts. Normal superhero stuff. Resources used to train heroes, unlock outfits. Okay, good. Outfits. I need outfits. I think we're good on the spark for the moment.
There never was enough room for my armor in this thing.
Gloss earned from missions can be spent to unlock new cosmetic options for the hunter and everybody else as well, including outfits just to wear around the Abbey. Why would I... How much time are we going to be spending in the Abbey? I mean, okay, I like these. I like the casual vibe. I do feel like we should be displaying the guns. Yeah, okay, I like this. This is a good look. It's so... I mean, I guess it makes sense in a superhero kind of way. That's a dog bed. Do I have a dog? I see no evidence of a dog aside from the bed. But it does make sense in a superhero kind of way that you have like a lounging outfit and then your battle outfit, and you don't wear the spandex all the time, obviously.
We were all so happy then.
Sure, who doesn't love Agatha Harkness? I liked Agatha Harkness before. Now that they've got her being played by Catherine Hahn, it's perfect. It's perfect. I will watch her in absolutely anything. The journal page, closet, and painting. The journal page. You know, this one, the big glowing one. That Sarah wants me to practice my letters, and so here I am. But every time I dip this pen in ink, I just want more and more to go out beyond the yard into my secret spots. I left my dolls scattered about before the storm, and I'm afraid they're hurt. Do dolls hold grudges? Agatha says they don't, but I still feel sad for them. I get this. I get this vibe. So maybe my dolls are still out there somewhere?
Maybe it is time I start writing in it again.
Sure. Okay, complete item collections to do stuff. We can probably look around a little bit more in the morning. What a cool and normal way to sleep, fully dressed on top of the immaculate covers.
We must can stop her!
Charlie!
I know. I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Aw.
It must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero.
Too dim to take your shoes off before climbing into bed, but a hero.
That rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something.
We have so many more intro cinematics for you.
Easier when it was just you and I beheading the Dark Legion as we traipsed through the woods.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could.
I'm so excited about our cool dog. Must pet dog.
Charlie was restless all night. I should have known something was wrong.
Y'all, I fucking...
We'll talk more later. But for now, Stark has requested your presence in the forge. I think he has another present for you.
I really wish this thing could decide how immersive it's interested in being. Sort of leaping back and forth very disorientingly.
You're looking stronger than ever, kiddo.
Okay, you don't have to talk every second. I'm just gonna look around. We will get to this thing. Alright, another arcane chest. This is everybody's rooms, I guess. Various frames in the Abbey can be interacted with. Paintings can be removed from frames for a small gloss cost. Paintings from your inventory can be placed into them for free. So I can decorate other people's rooms? Why? Okay. Well, I guess that's the thing to know. I guess if we put appropriate pictures in their rooms, maybe it will generate relationship points. Ooh. Embers swirl in this cloudy crystal, almost too hot to touch. Its surface glows like liquid fire. Glyphs of smoke resolve and vanish around a core of obsidian glass. You know what I would love is if it turns out that there is a full-on like mist level puzzle in this hub world in addition to the tactics battle stuff. Found ourselves a tarot card. Electrical energy erupts around Thor as he wields Mjolnir. This card represents great courage and taking control of one's destiny. I mean, sure. A little bit of a simplification. Please look at... There we go. I try to remind myself that 16 is a young age for so much power, but I still lose my temper at times. This child, nearly grown, is rapidly progressing. The training goes well, and I'm optimistic for how we may be able to combat Lilith in the future, but there have been outbursts. If we cannot control these, I do worry that we may face some unfortunate collateral damage. It sounds so harsh to put these words on page, but this is the reality that I face. Agatha and I have discussed options for controlling this power, but nothing has worked just yet. My latest attempt is to forge a ward to be worn around the neck. If I succeed, it will not only help the child channel this energy, but act as a shield against detection by Lilith or her minions. Only time will tell. Don't know what I'm going to do with all this arcane knowledge, but we sure are acquiring it.
Curious.
Just gonna take a quick screenshot of that. Five arcane symbols all in a row. So there's space for quite a number of companions here, it feels like. Let me look at our map overall here. Can I not? No, damn it. I'm not trying to fast travel. I'm trying to move the map around. Of course, you can't use the camera controls. You can't use the mouse for camera control because they're not. It's controller. It's optimized for a controller. Fine. It's fine. I mean, I kind of just want to get out and explore way more than I want to watch more cinematics and hear more dialogue. Let's just run around a little bit. I'll say this. I appreciate the run speed. If they're going to give you a big area to play around in, making you move around it like a superhero is good. It's not quite Spider-Man, but it's good. Is this a traversable? No. Okay. I was wondering if we had found like a switchback trail up into the mountains. All right. What is the deal with this? I'm not allowed to inspect Agatha's shrine. Well, okay then. They'll tell me when I get to inspect things. So a lot of just kind of like weird pillars. The animations, the moving around animations are pretty jerky, but that's probably because I'm not playing with an analog stick. They probably look better on a thing that has some degree of like approach, right? Oh, cool. Are we gonna go fucking full survival game crafting here? I want it to be understood right now that I have objections to this. Ooh. Secret underground door. That's fun. I'm going to take a screenshot of that symbol on it as well. Listen, I am not, I'm not too good for the fun of exploring an open world area. I complain a lot. Don't worry, I'm aware. I complain a lot about the things that modern games do, but I do love to just run around a place and pick things up. They got me there. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something about the mouse sensitivity, the look sensitivity. Yeah, let's maybe bring it down a little bit. It would be one thing if it wasn't so like jerky and like the frame rate wasn't changing all the time. Okay, I feel a little bit better about this. I can look around gradually now. So this is just like a staging area and garage. Is this Robbie Reyes' car? I'm not super familiar with the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. It's a little bit beyond my time. Okay, none of this stuff is actually interactable. This is something. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to pick this up and then put it in somebody's picture frame, but no such luck. Okay, so yeah, this is like the Ghost Rider garage. That's cool. It's still pretty jerky. I'm doing my best. I apologize and hope no one is getting motion sickness from any of this stuff. Come on now. All right, what is this? Oh, just a common masterwork. In addition to the paintings already hanging on the Abbey walls, masterworks can be found scattered around the grounds that can be hung in any empty frames. Okay. So if I give Tony a masterwork, will he like me better and maybe let me try on the gloves? Here's just some water. I can run on these fish and they do not react. I am not allowed to grab a fish out of the water and consume it whole. But I am allowed to steal this tarot card that the fish were hoarding. Johnny Storm is the sun. This card represents an abundance of energy, as well as optimism and joy and skin cancer. Jesus, come on, camera. Just play along a little bit here. No idea what these tarot cards are for. But I will collect every single one that I'm allowed to collect. Hey, this is the symbol that was on the other door. I mean, it's got all these impact cracks on it, right? It is very clear to me that this is where I'm supposed to place my giant bomb. But I do not have a giant bomb. I hardly even have a Nextlander. Am I going to get a giant bomb? What if I rub some wolfsbane on it? Certain reagents will only appear at certain times of the day. Is there a day-night cycle? And if so, why? Oh, hello? Cloak pours from his goblet into daggers, allowing the power between them to retain balance. This card represents harmony and creating something new through combination. I suppose that's a read. Yep, another door with that symbol. So, like, on the map here... Wait, where am I on this map? This is me. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely like an area I'm supposed to be able to get into eventually. I guess we just have this as the grounds right now. It feels like a pretty large area, I have to say, even already. It's just stuff that will just open up over time. Is this? Nope. Never mind, it's just an alcove that's lit up in a funny way. I think we were pretty thorough here. If we find an arcane key, we can... Ooh, hi. Well, alright. I have no idea what to do with this for right now, but we'll take a picture of it so I remember for later. And I guess we can just go back. There's a lot of doors that are closed to us at this moment. Wait, hold on. I've been distracted by seeing absolutely anything at all.
Interesting.
Will Walker, son of this land.
Fascinating.
Jelena Nikovich? Yelena? I actually don't know how that name is stressed. Believed the best and made it so.
That
more.
is something.
Hunter, you don't have to do that. It's cool.
Ah, I see.
No, I don't. Let's just get this marked on our map here so that I will remember that it exists in case we are ever in a desperate situation looking for common chests. Can I get kind of out here on the cliffs? No, I cannot. Okay. All right. In that case, I think we actually have sort of scouted at least the general outline of the area we're allowed to enter for the moment. Here's our fun mirror table. Not allowed to play with the mirror table by myself, I see. I think the sound I'm hearing is just the forge through the wall. Ooh, fancy. I should absolutely steal Tony's laptop. Oh, so we're not going to have that conversation? Okay, that's fine. Other conversations are... Just mark that on the map. I'm going to go put a masterwork in Tony's room, and then we're going to go do the thing we're supposed to do. It was in this hallway, right? Hey, Tony, guess what? Enjoy an evening in the... There we go. Oh, did I not actually place it? How do I confirm? There we go.
That looks good.
I mean, I guess. All right, we'll see if that does anything to our relationship with Tony Stark.
Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered, well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think I could have used a cloak.
Ah, yes, all of the fine hammering that must have gone into this leather armor.
Stylish, damn near indestructible, and we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration.
I still think it could have benefited from a cloak.
Yes, you just made that joke, and it wasn't good the first time.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
Tony, it's a big fire. It's not carbon neutral.
I will reserve judgment until I try it in combat.
There's a 99.9% chance you'll be fine. Or it'll bust at the seams and fall off mid-battle. Word of advice, don't go commando. Either way, you're now the most advanced hybrid of tech and magic on Earth since old Doc Doom himself. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
I don't seem like a melding of advanced tech and sorcery, and certainly hold your tongue about Victor Von Doom. I could never hope to be on such a level.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
Tony, you already gave me a cell phone.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Well, it did have chainmail in it. It would not be great for that purpose.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
Gamma seems to be a recurring theme these days.
Oh, you think I'm bad? You should ask Bruce. Actually, don't. He's been really sensitive since... You know what? Never mind.
I wonder what the sort of the base state of canon is here. Like, is this supposed to take place in a certain comic timeline? Is it completely its own thing with its own priors? I guess they'll fill us in over time. I'm a little like... It is possible that there are relationship points at stake for completing all the dialogue here. And if there's a mechanical purpose to it, then I probably want to do it. If not, I feel like we could just skip a lot of this stuff. I guess let's play this whole conversation out and see if we get anything, and we'll know for the future.
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
Was it suspiciously elusive, even for a cat?
That is not what I clicked on.
Actually, yes. Thought I was going crazy there for a second, but clearly I'm still firing on all cylinders. It just poofed in next to me out in the yard. Small, black, furry. Cute little thing. Probably some kind of shape-shifting monster knowing this place.
What sorts of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
The writing is so strange in this game. Like, to have a response here where he realizes you've been out for a while and don't understand what the Forge is, when there is a part that is mandatory earlier in this conversation where he does literally exactly the same thing, so we know that he already knows that information. It's like, were they writing the dialogue trees without access to the dialogue from the cinematics that precede them, or...
Okay, so why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head. I was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
You seem well adjusted enough, considering.
I'm trying to be nice.
Exactly, which means there's hope for you yet. I find these apocalypse scenarios will save you tons of therapy.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
A promise that is about to be broken. So yeah, it does seem like maybe we can just skip a lot of the conversations, which, you know, I'm not saying we definitely will, but so far the quality of the writing is not like the most exciting thing.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at ye old demon hunting school, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed
I
version.
appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Fu. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it.
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line. I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? Give me a sec. Okay, what's up?
I wonder if there's like a budget they were given. They're like, you have to make references in every little conversation dialogue-lit that you write, you have to make reference to 3 things from the Marvel Universe. You have to prove that we know what the fuck we're talking about. Not that I'm angry to hear Fin Fang Foom mentioned. Alright, Tony can use coil material recovered in combat to create abilities. I love abilities. Okay, interesting.
Take a look.
He's full on in Doctor Strange hand mode there. So these are just new copies of abilities we already have. Okay, we're going to get into the deck building stuff. I like... You know, the chain thing is pretty cool. Quick attacks are really good, though. I'm going to take an extra quick slash.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
Okay, if taken to the yard, duplicate abilities can be combined into new, more powerful versions. Oh, okay, cool. And my phone is buzzing because Nico posted something. I love it when Nico tweets. That's the most superhero shit I can imagine. This is cool. I'm digging a lot of like the set dressing stuff. They have fun, they have good looking environments. Nova rises up into the starry night sky surrounded by stars that represent the support of his team. This card symbolizes serenity and hope for the future. Yeah, there's lots of cool, appropriately Iron Man-y looking gadgets. Also, Tony's cell phone is just here, and it's got some kind of login page on it. I do feel like I should confiscate that for his own good. Moon Knight hides his true identity behind his cloak and shadow. This card represents deception, but also creativity and the unconscious. You know, 'cause moon, make you sleepy.
What is this?
It's a book, Hunter. A desk cluttered with books, some of them older than you. And that, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's really something, considering. Also, some bottles.
Intriguing.
I am always intrigued by bottles. I love the knowledge that I gain from looking at a bunch of bottles. We're going to figure out what arcane knowledge is for at some point. They just really want you to read all of the text that they've written, and so you're getting a mechanical incentive to do so. Everybody's gone, and it doesn't look like anything in here is lootable. So, all right, Blade, what's up? Teach me.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days.
Well, it literally is a yard,
Be
so.
in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
No, I'm good.
None.
All right, then. Ready to work?
Okay, so we only need 2 things to mash them together and make a better thing of the thing. So, we got our quick slash here. Quick slash can gain knockback, which certainly will increase the likelihood that it's going to kill somebody. And we gained a training XP.
Do your thing.
I'm currently doing my thing. Thank you, Blade. I was in the middle of
Caretaker could
thing.
have at least left me a chair.
Upgrading a hero's ability card requires at least 1 additional non-upgraded card for the same ability. But we have 2 of almost everything. Why am I not allowed to upgrade the other stuff? Okay. Rewards for next level. Vaulting deals increased damage in combat. Right, so there are some things that... Some environmental actions that are you flinging yourself off of a thing, which is weird because it's almost always just like a thing that you could use as waist-high cover. Doesn't really seem like it would provide much of a benefit.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous, invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the sanctum.
Why does everyone here speak in the same voice, damn it?
In my day, we did not treat the end of the world so flippantly.
Yeah? Give yourself 3 or 4 more apocalypses, see where you land. Trust me, Hunter, I know the stakes. Wouldn't be here if I didn't. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've got to find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've got to know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking, but then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
They have done a horrible war crime to Carol's hair. This is a bad look. They have done her real dirty.
Well, if there is any time to put your powers of persuasion to work, now is the time, Captain.
Trust me, Hunter, I'm looking forward to it. Hydra's been a thorn in me and Steve's asses for years. Can't wait to remove them for good. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Okay, come on, camera. Just stop fighting me all the time. Am I allowed to do pull-ups? I'm not allowed to do pull-ups. How am I ever going to get in shape if all of the equipment... First of all, a lot of the stuff is just missing. But secondly, I'm not allowed to touch any of it. I guess Carol will get very cross if you use her weights. Hi, Nico. What's up? Am I not allowed to talk? I'm not allowed to talk to you. Nico has gone temporarily AFK. That's fine. Fine. Oh, frame rate, help. I'll say this. Extremely long periods of walking around the grounds means we don't have to deal with loading screens. Which, as we know, are sort of the game's Achilles heel.
These days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say gamma?
Yes, just like everyone else, always.
Yes,
Hang on a second. Come on, Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light years out. This should be easy.
Oh, we waited all year for that game, and you know the Skrulls would have spoiled it for us if they got the chance.
Well, can't you just... I don't know.
Work my magic again? See, that's the problem. This time I am working with actual magic, and let me tell you, it sucks.
The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive Encryption Net Transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes 2 of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
Which is something that Tony Stark would never do, obviously. Hey, maybe we're going to play the video game a little bit, huh?
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards Development Restoration Association purchased this entire block. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
Okay, thanks. I'm so glad I've been given permission to think about it. Alright, are we allowed to mess with the... No, we're still not allowed to mess with the difficulty at all. Okay, well, I feel like we have a pretty good idea of how these characters work. Let's go do the thing. I'm a little bummed out that we were not really given the ability to, like, select a power set or anything. The Hunter's a little bit more of a pre-existing character than I realized that she was going to be.
Let's see. Trench coat, sunglasses at night, reading personality.
Okay, oh, Jesus.
Something tells me these midnight warehouse raids are pretty normal for you.
Whenever magic is opening the portal, everything goes to hell.
We'll see what I am really capable of.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds alright. I think she was trying to set up a date. I could be into that. We might have the the same problem we had with the last limbo portal here. If it turns out to be that the limbo portal is always just going to load us onto a very short walkway to a different portal that takes us to a loading screen, I will just start cutting out the limbo sections from the videos entirely rather than making y'all wait with me. But I feel like we should see what this one's going to be like, see if it's any different. Maybe sometimes there will be more of a reason to actually go in here. It does feel like they could just make the limbo portal the thing that triggers the loading screen, though, right? Well, are we about to maybe? The wild thing is, so much of the stuff where, like, the technology has problems and there are weird conflicts between their design decisions and the actual material they have at hand. Like, so much of this is problems they created for themselves by making this game have a bunch of stuff in it that it kind of doesn't need.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my
there we go.
wheelhouse.
All right, okay.
So we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avengers Tower once you reach the other side.
Yep, and it absolutely is just a very short walk to a loading screen. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's neat here. Does feel like it's not worth all the extra effort, though. Just like a good example of what I'm talking about here is for, you know, a tactics battle game, you do not need incredibly detailed character rigs with incredibly detailed animations. But if you're gonna make your characters not have a ton of detailed facial animation, then probably you shouldn't do a ton of, like, filming them close up talking to each other. Because, like, the whole point of the reason movies do conversations in that way is that there's, like, a lot of value in the micro drama of human facial expressions. It's way less compelling as an aesthetic if your characters aren't capable of expressions. I don't know. It seems like a bunch of weird decisions sort of piled on top of each other, and the music has completely fallen out, and this loading screen is not moving at all, so I'm a little concerned that we've got a crash here. That said, it hasn't explicitly said that it's crashed. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pause the recording, and I'll bring y'all back in when we're on the other side of the screen, regardless of what I have to do to get us there. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, a quick 4-minute load, and here we are.
Probably can scratch a band end off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, Doped is perhaps the more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now. Hydra's resident mad scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
I need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Kill them.
You would think a person from the Air Force would have more respect for stealth technology. Alright. Murder them all. Win the encounter. Got it.
Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must be sound. The device would have surely exploded otherwise after your display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce.
I mean, she ripped that skylight off, but it's not like she hit the thing with the skylight. I don't know why it would have caused anything to explode. So it looks like we're going to be using the word gamma a huge amount here, and it just puts me in mind of the really, really excellent Immortal Hulk that ran for a while. I think the run is completed, which had a lot of interesting stuff to say about the nature of gamma radiation, it being somewhere between science and metaphor, like a kind of weaponized poetry that I thought was a really fascinating take on honestly pretty goofy subject material, right? Okay, so we got some minions here. The whip, Fist of Radiance does 16 damage. All right, without many blade cards in our hand, I'm thinking that maybe make them bleed is something we're waiting on a little bit. Draw this until you have 3 cards. Yeah, you know what? Show me some more cards. Also, you gave me some heroism. Forces an enemy to target this unit and also sets up block equal to the damage dealt. Do we have a sense when just targeting these things? No, it doesn't look like it. We don't know how much damage their attack is going to do. It's something we'll have to just like learn over time. Okay, well, somebody should probably vault off of this and do a huge amount of punching. It's like a ridiculously huge amount of punching. I mean, this seems fine.
Not a problem.
She can fly. She doesn't need an object to vault off of to do a thing like that. Very weird. All right. If I use whip, I don't really get to specify direction very much, right? So, but it says knockback in any direction, so I can kick this guy into that guy.
You had your chance to escape.
I do think the Mortal Kombat announcer is still a very funny choice. I was kind of hoping it was going to discard the make him bleed. So we should probably just... I did get that guy close enough to the barrel, and Carol's just outside of barrel range. This feels like it's worth doing. Oh, except I don't have any heroism. Let me earn some heroism real quick. Just murk some random goon over here. I really, really, really like knocking the enemies into each other. That is a great deal of fun. Yeah. So I do wonder if we're going to always have the hunter in our party, or if this is the thing where we're allowed to swap the hunter out from time to time. I think we'll probably finish up with a knee strike here. I mean, there's no reason not to just drop this dude, right? Reduce incoming damage.
I am impressed.
Yeah, I think that seems fine.
We will not fail.
I could have just redrawn the Mark of Blood. I gotta remember that that is an option. But if this is one of those things where the hunter is always going to be in our party, like a mandatory party member, it makes a lot of sense to build up levels on her early, right?
They're still not ready to give up?
Just really focus hard. Okay, tactics mode allows you to quickly assess the entire... I love tactics.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard to ignore.
That's tactics mode?
More things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right?
Okay, now that we have a strike in hand, I think Make 'em Bleed's a little bit more fun.
Or to make things interesting.
Okay, strike and stakes. So, let's stick some bleed on some nerds. You too.
Time to getting better every day.
The bleed just deals 2, though. Which is unfortunate. There's no way to, like, gently push this guy over the edge. I do think we're just going to devour that dude. I love a good overkill.
Show off for me, Blade.
And then, you know, I have a heroism here. I'm going to dump the other Make 'em Bleed, hoping to draw something we can play off the heroes. Oh, sorry, we're out of card plays too. Yeah, all right. This dude's going to get one more attack off, but then he'll bleed out before his next attack, so not a big deal. Ow. This is a fair amount of damage overall.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
I mean, that's a pretty significant level up, right? I don't know what +4 offense means exactly. You can see the damage of our slash is up to 8 now. But +9 max HP at these health levels is quite significant, I think. That's fun. We're not damaging any of the electronic equipment, obviously. So...
Even for Hydra.
Yeah, you guys suck. Can I... Is this going to be kind of a narrow range? Yeah. Alright, well... There we go. Just move over very slightly.
Take this.
It's very funny to me that in order to do the animation, she just stepped back to the spot we had her in before we had to move her.
Go, now, quickly! Let's go, go, go! The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Oh no, my haircut!
Watch out!
Get her!
The facial animation stuff is really rough. That quick reaction cut to the hunter there had a very Blue Steel kind of vibe to it, which is probably not what they were going for. Okay, sometimes you have an objective. Break the Hydra shield guard's protection to access the truck and then recover the artifact with the card that lets you do
For
that.
the record, Bruce, I I did not smash that thing.
Noted, Carol. Perhaps you might direct all that energy towards your newfound adversaries instead. And the mysterious cargo they're attempting to escape with?
We're on top of it.
I like an objective. I like some additional concerns. For some reason, they just have a bunch of rocks here. That seems dangerous. I probably don't want to bother blowing that to kill a single minion. Alright, what do we have here? A little bit less knockback than I might like. We could just pick off a minion somewhere. I don't know that it matters terribly. Yeah, no, I'm gonna relocate the hunter a little bit.
You are lucky to still be breathing.
Yeah, just get as many quick cards in your deck as possible. Seems like a very strong strategy. So we could forceful knockback, double damage, double impact damage, and double distance. So can I grab this guy with the health and hurl him into the explosive? Hell yeah.
Your time has come. Was that truly your best?
Getting blown up? Probably not.
Let's do it.
So is Carol actually powered up here? We have this marker for binary, but I don't know what it means, and nothing has mouse overs. Can I... How much knockback are we talking about? Okay, we can hit the... Even if I was angled better, I would not be able to actually hit the shield guard with the body, it looks like, given the range here. But we can do this at least.
Watch and flip. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Some pretty good like visual and sound effects on the actual attacks. I appreciate that.
Hydra's in control of the situation.
I will say I'm not putting much effort into managing HP or like making sure that we're removing attacks from the correct targets. And I should be, because Carol has a ton of shielding. So we should really be prioritizing the enemies that are not attacking her.
Reinforcements on approach.
Alright, I wonder what dazed means. Other heroes must take a number of actions. Okay, so we can't play with her until we've taken a certain number of actions.
Preliminary analysis of the blast confirms high levels of gamma and various unknown energies.
Good news is we got all this quick strike.
There is dark magic at work here. We must not let Hydra escape with it.
Here it comes.
Earn ourselves a little bit of heroism, with which we can drop some rocks. I need 2.
Now that was something.
I feel like we should just always be shooting our enemies with submachine guns, given that it seems to be incredibly effective and also costless. Why would we ever do anything else? Okay, you cannot chain an infinite distance. That's fair. That's probably how that should work. The thing is, do I want to maybe... I'm gonna drop the photon beam here. It'd be really cool if we could draw a minute. Yeah, I'll make them bleed at this moment.
I'll put this to good use.
And this will put us close enough that we should be able to chain from here to the other minion. Did we get the bleed? Yes, we did still get the bleed. Cool. So then we can do this and that.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Yeah, obviously. And then we can do 10 damage. Can I... No. I don't think, even if we were on the correct side of this, I don't think he's close enough. But we can throw a crate at him for sure.
Watch me.
Alright, so next turn we got our Got our thing settled. He is attacking the wrong target, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Yeah. We don't quite have the range to vault on him. That's fine.
The battlefield is ours.
You think so? Is that how this is going? Oof.
You will have to do better than that.
She said, coughing up blood.
Reinforcements. Good.
Ooh. Getting all fancy on me.
Crystal clear. We won't be able to recreate Faustus's experiment or track potential future variance gamma signatures without a baseline resonant sample from his initial occult catalyst.
Got it. Stop the truck.
I'm just trying to look around a little bit. Okay. I know that we can just grab the artifact now, but I also would like to kill people. So let's enjoy a nice photon beam, perhaps in this direction. For a second there...
I can punch through a moon now?
For a second there, I thought she had detonated this dude into chunks, and I was like, wow, it's a little heavy. All right. I mean, like, we should get XP where we can get XP, right?
Don't blink. Even the best get better.
Yeah, I will totally grab the thing. Presently.
Maybe you should teach me that one.
Camera. I'm not allowed to rotate things right now. Okay, we simply unmade the... That's fine.
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate. Full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier, that one almighty. Something, something, gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
Got it. Don't cross the streams.
Never do. How about we
It
get
doesn't-
this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves?
Get it? Aren't you familiar with the thing? Blade's seen the thing. Doesn't that make you like him more? It's just like... It's completely inapplicable to the situation. Just like, hey, pop culture reference. The gameplay's fun, though. I wish there was more of it. I like this. This is good. Are these being saved? I would like to please take us. Yeah. Hooray! Photos can be viewed in the Superlink. And any photo can be converted to a painting. I think we should stud Tony's room with posters commemorating the greatness of the other characters. Just all over the walls. All right. Confirm and exit. Cool. That's a fun auto-generate. We should probably play around with that and maybe make some of our own at some point. For right now, let's just get back here and do a little bit of post-battle cleanup. I'm hoping that we're going to get access to, like I was saying, I'm hoping that the number of cards we're seeing per hero is not their full ability set. I'm hoping we're going to get access to some slightly more complicated stuff and also some weirder stuff. Like, I like the Winds of Watum a lot as a basic ability card. I'm hoping there's more stuff that isn't just do damage or do damage twice. Or do damage but quick. Because you could definitely get silly with superhero combat stuff, right? That's kind of what I was hoping the game would be. And I think there's still room for it. Also, I am wondering if this system has room in it for, like, team-up attacks. I know everybody always talks about the fastball special, but, like, as an archetype, it's a really cool thing. And I would like to maybe developing relationships with heroes will unlock, like, team-up attacks with them. Although I guess there aren't relationships between everybody, right? It's just relationships between the hunter and people. So they, in that model, they would only be team up attacks with the hunter. I just want to see Blade and Ghost Rider together really gruesomely murder the shit out of some Hydra dudes. Right? Is that so wrong? Who among us? Also, I'm not wild about this gameplay tip telling us that there's going to be fucking Renegade and Vanguard paths. This is such a basic video game idea, and it has been compelling exactly never. All right, I think from here, I really wish that we could go back to the days of loading screens having like an indicator of how far along in the process you are. I know they weren't like accurate usually because the computer cannot reasonably guess how long a process is going to take to complete. But I sure would like to know right now if I'm at like 5% and I should definitely cut the video, or if we're at 95%, I can just fill for a second more. Given how long it took to load into that last scene, I think I'm going to cut it and I'll just see y'all on the other side. The game engine just cannot handle the limbo portal. It is too much.
Nice job out there, kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid? You do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
Sure about that? Last one got a little heated.
The eternal spirits of vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the fourth quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night.
Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say? All work and no play is how we ended up with Ultron. Come on, you should hang out.
I should rest. Another time.
You cannot tell me that between Doctor Strange and Iron Man, the best board game they have in their collection is Monopoly. Sorry, is brand non-specific, legally distinct from Monopoly. Nico DM'd me. All right, let's check out the super link to respond to Nico's message. Aw, I don't get to type. Nico really wants me to come out. I feel like we should, right? Like,
Come on, Hunter. I know you're awake in there. You just replied to me.
that's a good move. She's a strategic genius.
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes.
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little?
I'm enjoying Nico's performance so far. Alright, we are totally going to go hang out. We are going to do people stuff, but it does sound like a tomorrow kind of vibe. So that's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to make friends and continue to do battles, and hopefully we're going to tilt that balance a little bit in favor of the battles. I will see you then.